you're actually making a real deposit in building men that the country needs, that the world needs for the next 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years. And imagine that the men who are coming out of this chapter in this house not only will make a difference in the lives of each other, but also make differences in the lives of hundreds and thousands of people in the years to come because of what happened here. The most powerful antidote is connection. It serves as a deflection against anxiety and depression.
I would like to introduce our guest. Dr. Bradley was so kind to offer to do this, and we're at a starting point, and I think a lot of chapters and things that he goes into in visits, they kind of probably a little bit more progressed. They've got a large group of active brothers. But Dr. Bradley's a scholar and writer. He's known for his work related to fraternities and perspective on heroic masculinity within the Greek system. His book that you've all been introduced to, Heroic Fraternities, How College Men Save Universities in America, argues that fraternities can be a positive force in developing men of good character and addressing the challenges faced by young men in modern history, in modern society. Bradley believes that fraternities, when focused on original ideas, can foster brotherhood, build character, and inspire men to use their strengths and creativity for the benefit of brothers and others. He's a distinguished research fellow and had been at the Acton Institute and a research professor at Kuiper College. Mr. Bradley lectures widely on topics: criminal justice reform, youth and family, poverty, education policy, social ethics, and race in America. He advocates for fraternities to embrace a vision of heroic masculinity that emphasizes selfless service and responsibility. This is somebody that truly cares and is selfless. And so thank you, Dr. Bradley. It's all yours.
Really honored and delighted to be here with you all. I want to really just kind of open by telling you all about an opportunity that you have, not just in your house, in your chapter, to make a real difference in the lives of young men in the future, but the country actually needs you all to invest in each other. Let me just give you some stats just to lay this out for you. About 46% of college men today feel hopeless. 75.3% of college men say they felt exhausted, so exhausted that they didn't even want to get out of bed. And this exhaustion is not from physical activity, it's mental exhaustion. They're just tired and worn out and beaten down. That's 75.3%. 56.3% of college men feel lonely. 59% of college men say they feel generally sad. 34.8% of college men said that they were so depressed that they physically can't function. 49.1% of college men say they have overwhelming anxiety. 37.4% of college men say they feel overwhelming anger. 11.3% of college men say they have considered suicide. And loneliness is not a secondary variable, it's a central one. In a 2024 survey, 64% of college students in general felt lonely. Those who experience loneliness are 4 times more likely to suffer from severe psychological distress. Namely, it stresses these following areas in terms of where the stress comes from. Academics is one, finances is second, intimate relationships is third, and sleep deprivation is fourth. The most common mental health burdens for young men in college is depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, various forms of psychosis, schizophrenia, and a new one that's developed with college men is eating disorders. So these are some of the trend lines that we're seeing with guys across the country. They are invariably have a loss of a sense of belonging and a loss of a sense of purpose and mission. And I am convinced that fraternities are the solution to the various pathologies that plague men today. Now, part of the problem, of course, is that fraternities and fraternity life is generally vilified. I mean, if you Google the word fraternity, if you put it into YouTube, you're going to get a lot of negative images of fraternity life. And what's happened is that in the country in general, right, masculinity and being a man is seen as a problem. You may have heard the phrase toxic masculinity. And in general, what we see across the board in music, in film, television shows, series on Netflix and things like that, is that men are bad. And that men facilitate the problems that we see in the world. And so one of the questions that you'll think about today is what kind of fraternity culture do you want? I mean, do you want this to be heroic? I mean, do you want the reputation of this fraternity to be that this is a place where men have unbelievable friendships, they have an eternal brotherhood, and this is a place where guys are so loved and seen and cared for that they will discover through the relationships in the house, they'll discover what they're good at. Do you want that to be the reputation? You want that to be the thing that sets you apart from the other fraternities, that you need to think of yourselves as the number one fraternity. So what I see in this room right now is a group of men who are actually the solution to the crisis of men on college campuses. And if you guys are open to this, you want to invite more and more guys into the greatness that happens here in this fraternity and in this house. So to be heroic means that you're going to on purpose think of yourselves as investing in each other, but also investing in making the University of Maine an outstanding place to be. But we have the right values. We have the core values. We have the kind of mission that makes men great. And we can show you, because we have the names of all the great men that Sigma Chi produces. That's what we do. And the question is, campus life, do you think you're ready to be a part of this kind of greatness?